Hello, welcome to Salford Now. Coming up in today's programme.
A Salford hero, the football coach who rescued a 14-year-old boy with 26 stab wounds.
He was using football bibs to tie around wounds just to stop bleeding, foil blankets around him, jumpers, coats.
A church which has been given a new lease of life in Broughton.
And I'll give you a rundown on the latest sporting events across Salford.
Hello and welcome to Salford Now. I'm Damien Pickett.
And I'm TK Mudua. And our top story today. A football coach from Salford who saved the life of a young boy after he was stabbed is urging young people to leave the knives in the kitchen. Jordan Ryan from the North Manchester Athletic found the 15-year-old in a field close to the training grounds.
The football team treated his 26 stab wounds with football bibs and a first aid kit during their training session. Lydia Ransom has our first report.
We're there shouting out on the marsh.
A normal Tuesday night training session shattered by a cry for help.
Please, somebody help me, I've been stabbed, I need help, I need help.
At a tram stop just yards from where North Manchester Athletic train, Jordan Ryan had the shouts of a teenager stabbed 26 times.
If you come to the fence, I can help you. I can phone an ambulance, but I can't do anything while you're out there. And he was like, please, I'm really cold, I need help. So at that point, again, I say panic kind of set in. On the perimeter fence, there was a gap that we was able to break through, that we usually go through if the football goes over. All I had out there was the light on my phone, the torch on my phone to just kind of see what I was doing, but using that whilst on the phone to the emergency services.
Last week, police across the northwest carried out 4 days of targeted activity to tackle knife crime. In total, 180 knives and other prohibited weapons were seized, including 74 in Greater Manchester, making it the highest in the region. The team used whatever was to hand to help.
We was just patching him up basically. I mean, my first aid kit is, for football bumps and bruises. It's not for major trauma. So just basically doing what we could do. We was using football bibs to tie around wounds just to stop bleeding, foil blankets around him, jumpers, coats.
The players know it could have been fatal.
So my instinct was to just do my best to help him. I think it was the managers as well. If we weren't training that night, he'd have been dead. Jordan
has a simple message for anyone thinking about carrying a knife.
Young people shouldn't be carrying knives. The knives belong in the kitchen. It's as simple as that. There's absolutely no place for them to be on the streets at all.
Lydia Ransom, Salford Now.
At around 2 a.m, police were called to an estate in Salford after residents were woken up by a loud banging. The co-op on Ordsall Lane had been ram-raided by a stretch limousine. George Whitehouse went to the scene earlier to give us an update.
Were woken up by a loud bang, which was a limo driving through the co-op here in Salford. Police did respond quickly, but the thieves fled the scene. A spokesperson for the co-op did say that a few of them did not have masks on, so they're quite easy to identify. But the limo was recovered and taken as evidence. And the shop only opened a few weeks ago, so this isn't a great start for them. However, they do hope to reopen either tonight or at the latest tomorrow morning. The window has been boarded up, as you can see. There's workmen there now trying to fill that hole. And photographs did reveal that the thieves stole tobacco and spirits from the store. It's unknown how much was actually taken, but there'll be more to follow.
Now, you might not realise how much history there's hiding in the streets of Salford until something drastic happens.
Yes, such as a fire, and that's exactly what happened to one church in Lower Broughton in 2017. Yesterday, redevelopers held an open morning for community members to see the progress that has been made in restoring the church to its original charm. Sophie Buxton has more.
You remember this Grade 2 listed Anglican church that got completely destroyed in seconds in 2017? This historical building that contained memorials from World War I and World War II was destroyed by an arson attack. Well, neither did I until yesterday. After stumbling across a building site on Ascension Road in Salford, I set myself the mission to get on the other side of the railings.
You're probably wondering where I am. Well,
I'm at the Grade 2 listed Church of Ascension in Lower Broughton, which dates back to 1869. The church behind me got burnt down in 2017 and is currently undergoing a refurbishment. This project could take up to 2 years. I'm going to go and have a chat with some of the builders to see how the project's going so far.
Church-wise, this is as big as we've done on a church. Or that often get the chance of rebuilding the whole roof on a church from start to finish. It's just really exciting. It's just nice to work on. It's not something you get every day.
The damage was catastrophic. The roof of the building collapsed, the gas pipes melted, and the whole interior was destroyed. The damage left the community distraught.
I came here as a child, from being baptised. I was in the Brownist Guides. I used to help run the pubs. Got married here. Used to come in and get the brasso out and do all the flags. And we've even sat eating raw sausages before today when we couldn't do a campfire in the garden. Because there was a garden round and the old vicarage was there in those days.
Following a massive fundraising efforts from community members and pupils from the neighbouring schools, a fantastic £250,000 was raised towards the £5 million restoration project.
Our brief's to make it watertight, so we've got the windows and the roof, and once those are on, we're technically done. We've now got the scaffold around the front of the church, so we're going to be, the next thing is to get the main roof on over the nave and the big rose window done at the front. We've tried to sort of encapsulate a whole community in the project because it's their church at the end of the day.
Let's hope this historical building designed by Manchester architect James Medland Taylor can rise again and bring many more happy memories for the Lower Broughton community. Sophie Buxton, Salford Now.
A brand new clinic offering non-surgical treatments such as lip fillers and Botox has opened in Salford.
In the UK alone, around 100,000 Botox injections are carried out each year. Finley Kulavas went to see why Media City is the perfect place for a clinic like this to open.
You'd be forgiven for thinking you were in Beverly Hills when walking around this new clinic in Media City. That's because Dr. Paul Nassif, celebrity plastic surgeon from TV show Botched, has opened an exact replica of his LA clinic here in Salford. The Nassif Med Spa is based in the Alexandra building in Media City and offers non-surgical aesthetic treatments such as lip fillers and Botox. Managing Director Amanda Richardson explained the decision to open the clinic in the area.
There's no better city than Manchester in our opinion, and of course being based in Media City we're in the heart of the TV studios, so it was a great starting point for us.
Focusing on providing a safe experience for their clients, Nassif Med Spa is hoping to attract those uncertain of where to go for a reliable treatment.
The UK is slowly normalising and accepting aesthetic treatments, but we realise that there isn't a well-known, trusted household name in the industry, and you may know somebody in the industry, but if you don't, who do you go to?
So it seems as though the Nassif Med Spa has settled in very well to Salford Quays. Now there's only one thing left for me to do: get a treatment.
Today, Greta Thunberg has been named Time Magazine's Person of the Year after her efforts to save the environment. Now, City of Trees, a Salford-based charity, are aiming to plant 500,000 trees across Greater Manchester by March 2020. Yesterday, the charity planted 500 trees in Bors Park, Bury, with the help of a Salford construction company. Organisers hope to reach the end goal of planting 3 million trees per generation.
So today we're on a corporate day with BAM, so we're hoping to plant 500 trees. So our target for this tree planting season is 31,000 trees. So it's brilliant that all these businesses, schools, the community are coming to help us green Greater Manchester, because we're hoping to plant 3 million trees.
We've heard no shortage of Christmas carols, but how do you feel, TK, about modern music covered in gospel style?
I like the sound of that.
Well, Manchester Inspirational Voices Choir have been practicing in Salford's Lighthouse Church ahead of appearing at the Bridgewater Hall next week. They began life as a backing band for virtual group Gorillas and were previously BBC Songs of Praise Gospel Choir of the Year.
17 years ago, and had a desire to contribute to the city. I looked at what skills I had. Bringing people together through music was one of those things. But let's do this. I didn't realise that it would become what it is now.
Josh Clark is here to bring us the sport, but not in the way you might expect. Something about bungee jumping, Josh?
Thanks, guys. Yes, not your typical sports stories today, but very unique nonetheless. So you may associate bungee jumping as a daredevil activity, but studies have shown that the sport has serious health benefits. A bungee cord fitness class has the people of Worsley jumping for joy, with Pole Sessions being the first studio to host a class in Greater Manchester. Madison Radford went to find out why people are eager to jump on this new trend.
Bungee jumping is perfect for thrill seekers and adrenaline junkies, but now there is a new way to get your heart racing without having to face the heights. In Worsley, a studio has introduced a bungee cord fitness class to help people get back on or fly off their feet.
Bungee fitness class is aimed at helping people get on the fitness ladder. We can help them with the bungees, so we put a bit of resistance in, helps them do the exercise, they get the technique correct, and then as they go on, we gradually, as they get stronger, reduce the amount of resistance what they have on the bungees, and eventually they'll be doing the press-ups off the bungee.
So what happens in these classes is you're strapped up to one of these bungee cords, and the stronger the resistance, the more supported you are. So whilst before this I could do about 2 push-ups, now with this I can do more than 20, and that is an achievement in itself.
Making it the first studio in Greater Manchester to host the class, the new fitness trend seems to have the people of Salford jumping for joy.
So it's fun, something new, and it really hurts. Well, it doesn't hurt, but you feel it in your shoulders, your stomach, your bum. Really works you, and we have fun. We play adult hungry hippos. You meet new people. It's good. Good exercise, friendly people. We usually go to the gym, but this is more of a workout. Really like it.
With hopes to have their class recognised as a GP referral unit, Tony urges those who are wanting to get back into their fitness to try out the class.
Some people's bodies, for certain reason, can't take a hit work, but their bodies need that to get the cardio levels up. There's people who couldn't exercise at all and have travelled from places like Wales, Chester, all over the place just to come and use the bungees.
So, if you want to defy the laws of gravity, or simply want to relive your days in a baby bouncer, head on down to Pole Sessions in Worsley. Madison Radford, Salford Now.
Well, that certainly looks exhausting, but I can see why it's proving popular, much like the festive 5k run that employees from Sodexo took part in this morning. Now, you may have seen a group of people dressed as reindeers prancing around Salford Quays, and despite the rainy weather, they galloped from BBC Quay House to raise money for their charity, Stop Hunger. Some employers told us more about Strictly Come Prancing.
Regionally at the moment we've raised just over £2,000 I believe, so this is happening across the UK and Ireland. We've had runs in Northern Ireland, we've had runs in Scotland, and actually runs in Republic of Ireland as well. We're going to let the cold weather stop us. What I really liked about doing Strictly Come Prancing is that you don't have to run, so it's sort of accessible for everybody who wants to get involved. Like you can prance, you can dash, you can dance, you can walk, and it's a great way to get out, do 5k.
That's all for sport. I'll be back tomorrow with the latest.
Thanks, Josh. Now, did you know that Greater Manchester produces over 1.1 million tonnes of waste, with Salford currently lying 9% behind the UK's target to recycle at least 50% of household waste by 2020?
The Dispensary Zero Waste Shop in Walkden has made it more accessible and affordable for Salford residents to do their bit to reduce waste while saving money. Christy Ford has more.
Currently, less than half of Salford's waste is recycled, worsened by 9 out of 10 people in Greater Manchester not recycling correctly. Faye Watts, a part-time primary school teacher, took environmental matters into her own hands with Salford's first zero-waste shop in Walkden. Faye wanted to help the environment whilst making it affordable and accessible for the residents of Salford, offering education on recycling for those who are unaware of the cheap and simple alternatives that will help reduce waste.
I'm just in shock, really, that it's actually taken off, because I'm so passionate about it, the environment, and try and make a difference, but I just feel like there's a bubble, like something's happening, people are starting to catch on. And well, we've got obviously the climate crisis, which is, you've just seen everything going on, aren't you, like fires and floods and the ice caps melting, animals becoming extinct every day. You know, people might think that, oh, I'm a vegan, I'm eco-friendly, I'm all high and mighty looking down on you. You know, if you bring in your own container and you buy a whole litre of this fabric conditioner, it's only 24 pence per 100 ml, so it's going to cost you £2.40 for like a full litre of it, which that's really cheap. It needs to be easy, it needs to be accessible, doesn't it? That's what I'm trying to do here, make it more accessible. Fill it up, save yourself money and save the environment.
Pepper's Barbershop is taking toy donations for disabled and disadvantaged children that will then get bundled together and delivered to those in need this Christmas as part of Hits Radio's Cash for Kids donation campaign. Our reporter Joe Wilmot has the story.
With your help, we can make their Christmas day different because Cash for Kids Mission Christmas is back.
It's a time of joy for many, but for some parents who struggle to make ends meet, it's another added expense. Hits Radio's Cash for Kids campaign is year-round, but Mission Christmas aims to put presents in the hands of children who may not be opening anything in 14 days' time.
I think it will affect children, exponentially, because a lot of them will not, without the support of Cash for Kids and Mission Christmas, have any presents to open. And I always think about that time when you're a little kid and you're running down the stairs and you really get stuck in to the presents. And, for some kids that is not a thing. But because of Mission Christmas, we give the families the opportunity to just have, 1 or 2 days where it is, Santa is with them and they're not forgotten about.
Local businesses can volunteer themselves to be drop-off points, and that's exactly what Pepper's Barbershop in Eccles have done. You can travel to more than 25 drop-off points across the city, but this 14-year-old business is ideal as they see hundreds of families through their doors every week.
Well, we have a lot of kids, and kids comes parents, and they see it and they always want to give presents. Always. Hairdressers and barbers are the best place to put them, really. I think more young people. It's always nice to be nice. You don't really get many nice people anymore. So, niceness.
The charity last year raised over £15 million nationwide and then managed to donate 86p per pound back into local communities. Over £20,000 of which made its way back to Salford causes.
They'll wake up with no presents around the tree and no new toys to play with. But with your help, we can make their Christmas day different.
Joe Wilmot, Salford Now.
That is all the time we have for today.
Goodbye.